MotoGP kicks off 42 races across 21 rounds. It's the start of the season here at Portimao, Portugal. So it all kicks off here on the 26th of March for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Then next week we're in Argentina for a 2-week break, and then we're off to the Americas as well. Then back to Europe with the Spanish Grand Prix on the 30th of April before France, Italy, Germany, Netherlands. Kazakhstan then has a little bit of a slot in between the European run as well on the 9th of July. Then it's the British Grand Prix after a month's break in early August. Then Austria at the end, followed by September, San Marino and India making its debut in September. Then a long October, Japan, Indonesia, Australia and Thailand as well, before the season rounds out in November with Malaysia, Qatar moving to the end of the year to have accommodation work for Formula 1, and then Valencia on the 26th of November rounds out 21 rounds and 42 races. It's the start of a brand new season. It's the start of something completely different in the top of Premier class. Welcome to the Algarve International Circuit, to the Portuguese Grand Prix, and the first practice session of 2023. Who knows what's going to happen this season? 21 rounds, but 42 races. Sprint racing making its debut this weekend. It all starts here. A new format as well for the practice sessions. Practice 1 and 2 on Friday will now set the running orders for qualifying. A free practice session then will be on Saturday morning. That is 30 minutes completely free to the drivers. Then we go into the qualifying formats in the morning before they'll line up on the grid in the evening for the first sprint race of the year, half distance and half points. And then of course on Sunday they get a 10-minute warm-up session before the full Grand Prix distance. A whole new era then about to kick off, and we have wet conditions as well. Currently out there on the track, as you can see, 18 degrees air temperature with light rain, track temperature at 22 degrees, 73% humidity, 10 km/h wind speed, blowing in from the southwest as well. Moto 2 has just finished as well, as you can see on the side of the screen, and we're getting ready for practice 1 to get underway for the Premier class. Whole new era. Everyone is massively excited. So these are the slicks with 6 left-hand corners and 9 right-hand corners. The left-hand side of the tyre is symmetric, so it's softer. The right-hand side is an asymmetric tyre as well. We might need the wet tyres to begin with here. Same difference, left is softer, right is harder as well. Blue for soft medium and grey for rear medium as well. Intermediate tyres, so don't look to be on the left, so full wet tyres will be out there since it started raining in the Moto 2. And now everybody's just watching, hoping the same thing as well, that we have a good start to the season. There's Pepe Bagnaia, the champion as well from last season. Graphics getting set then, we're all ready to go. Who's going to be the world champion this year? We'll find out shortly. And the green light goes on, and we are underway for 2023 for MotoGP here in the Premier class. Who is going to be hot? Who is going to be not as the bikes head out onto the track? So much action to look forward to, so much anticipation to look forward to as well. They're all heading out there, I believe, at the moment on dry tyres, actually, which is a surprise considering we thought we might have the situation with different tyres coming in while the rain was out there to begin with. But everyone out, luckily, on dry tyres. Pepe Bagnaia getting ready to head out as well. We've just seen his teammate venture out onto the circuit as well. So this is all going to look good then. Few raindrops, many people out there on dry tyres. Everyone is out there on dry tyres as things currently stand. No one taking the risk. So 45 minutes then, and it's a different format, remember, with the rain flags now out as well. The white flag with the red cross. So basically, This used to be free practice 1, and then we had free practice 2, free practice 3, free practice 4. That is now gone. Now this is the new format. So this is practice 1 and practice 2. That takes the format up as well and combines everything with the previous 2 sessions. That gives us our running order for quali, and then we're going into the rest of it as well. But let's head down to the pit lane with Simon Crowfar.
Then became team manager at Jorge Martinez's Spa team, and a lot of titles, something like half a dozen world championships. Now, totally understandable. Pramac have stolen you to run.
So he's on about the new guys that are turning around at Pramac Ducati as well. A lot of rain clouds have sort of blown in over the past 30 minutes or so at the end of the Moto2 to come in as well. So we're watching Fabio Quartararo just gingerly going around on the circuit right now. But there's a lot of work still to be done out there today as the practice gets underway. And Franco Morbidelli has gone down in the second sector, turn 8. So Morbidelli is our first crasher of the MotoGP season. Let's see how it is. This is at the top of the hill. Oh, and he's on a high side, over the top. Bike's flipped over. That's coming through Samson before the Craig Jones dip on the roller coaster. And that's because of the conditions. The water a bit too much out there. So the yellow flag's down the second sector. Now everyone's back in. They all know that the water out there, the level he's getting to is a bit too much. Nobody wants to take that risk because the yellow flag now gets removed. But with 40 minutes to go of the session, they're going to have to get out there at some point. Times count, remember, in this session towards the qualifying running order of Q1 and Q2. Zarco 154.483, the first time of the season. Bezzecchi and Marini alongside him as they chase down towards turn number 1. And it's Zarco ahead, with Marini and Bezzecchi close behind. Bezzecchi gets out wide. Marini cuts on the inside line as well. And it's just a little bit of too much water out there at the moment on the dry tyres. I wonder if they might come in, put some wets on, get some important running in case the race is wet. Riders coming through then to set their times. Johan Martin is the fastest with a 1:39.819. Alex Marquez second, 1:40 as well. Quartararo goes third, 1:40.228 across it. Well, and then Oliveira, Marc Marquez round out the top 5. Rain has stopped then here at the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao, Portugal. And the fans starting to come into attendance as well. Also starting to get a couple more bits of interesting runs. And I wish the commentators would shut up in the background because they're really annoying me. Anyway, here we go then. This is Fabio Quartararo out of turn 4. Oh, it's at the top of turn 8 actually. At the Samson corner for the drop down to Craig Jones. Just a little rumble over the strips there for Fabi. As he comes back down. Can he get his World Championship back? It's a bigger question. Yamaha have had a lot of braking problems during pre-season testing. As we now look at Pepe Bagnaia with the number 1 on the front of his Ducati, the champion this season as well, no longer with the 63s, elected to take the number 1 as he comes back through. The first Ducati champion since 2007 with Casey Stoner as well. So it's a long, long time since the last ones came through. 20 minutes to go then already. This practice session that will count towards the running order as well for the qualifying runs. Remember, it's at the end of practice 2 that the riders have to send their fastest times to continue forward and to continue pushing. Now, Martin, 1:39.206 on board, and he's gone fastest overall. Marquez goes second, 1:39.599. Oliveira is estimated to go into 4th position as we're riding with him now on board with the Aprilia as he hurtles into the last 2 corners. That is Pepe Bagnaia just starting a lap time at the moment. Pol Espargaro, 15th at the moment. Aleix is 14th, so the 2 Espargaro brothers trading places every now and then. But it's a good start, and it's a clean start so far in this session as Oliveira does a 1:40.034. Alex Marquez goes top, followed then by Marini, Martin, Mia in there too, Bagnaia, the top 5. And I'll admit something, I've been commentating on this session. I feel like it's lost a bit of its soul, MotoGP. There's something that's just really annoying me, and I can't put my finger on it as well, but it feels like it's lost its soul. And it is actually making me a bit angry, starting up in the commentary box. Everyone's been talking about, oh, sprints, it's more crucial, blah, blah, blah. The sprints are useless. I don't understand why we've got them. There was nothing wrong with the Grand Prix on Sunday. The sprints are for people who don't have any bloody attention span. Hate them, and I'm going to say that all season long. I'm not going to enjoy them. I'm going to hate them, every single one of them, because it is pointless dribble. Mia goes third, 138.933 across the line on the Repsol Honda. So that's put Marquez actually. Where is Mark? I can't even see him on the timing screen at the moment. Marc Marquez is down in 8th position at the moment as well, behind Viñales and in front of Aleix Espargaro. So he's in between the two Aprilias at the moment with 2:28 to go. And the checkered flag is out. The first session comes to a close of MotoGP in 2023. Bezzecchi crosses the line, goes into 4th position as well. Alex Marquez on the Ducati might be topping the session for the first time as well. 138.782. So he's left the Honda, joined the Ducati, and he's seemingly having a very nice start to the weekend. Sun's come out here as well as Fabio Quartararo comes out at turn 12. Down the hill we come. Accelerate hard with the Yamaha. Finally, the audio, the track noise keeps up. I see Dorno doing the usual ship shape, up to date, keeping at the microphones. So honestly, this entire first practice session has been a bit of a letdown, to be fair. The entire thing, it feels soulless at the moment as well. Let's hope we'll have an interesting qualifying and an interesting Grand Prix on Sunday as well. Not the sprint, that can go up the backside. Anyway, here comes Quartararo across the line. 13th at the moment. Does he improve? Can he improve with that problem? Yeah, goes 8th, 139.281. Rins 13th on the board, but it's Alex Marquez, the fastest then so far in the first practice session here for the 2023 season. So here's the results then from practice 1. Alex Marquez tops the session, 138.782, followed by Johan Mir, Luca Marini, Marco Bezzecchi and Johan Zarco completing out the top 5. Then we get Maverick Viñales, Jorge Martin, Fabio Quartararo, Pepe Bagnaia, Marc Marquez the top 10. Aleix Espargaro, Jack Miller, Alex Rins, Franco Morbidelli, Enea Bastianini, Miguel Oliveira, Ralph Fernandez, Taki Nakagami, Augusto Fernandez, Paul Espargaro, Fabio Di Antonio and Brad Binder. Pretty soulless FP1. MotoGP doesn't feel the same. It feels like it's more determined towards the sprint than anything else as well. It doesn't feel the same. Maybe it never will. I've certainly not enjoyed that first session. Let's see if practice 2 can do anything about it. And practice 2 is about to get underway here at the Autodromo Internacional de Algarve for the Portuguese Grand Prix. This morning, Alex Marquez topped the timing sheets with a 138.782. Who can beat him? The track has dried out. 23 degrees is the air temperature as well. Track temperature is at 34 degrees, 54% humidity. It's time to see what we've got to offer. Sunshine here in the Algarve. And it's time for the most important session of the weekend. It's practice 2, the last chance for the riders to get to grips with the bikes and get their qualifying position sorted, whether you're running Group 1 or Group 2. And the green light goes on, and away we go then for practice 2 for the 2023 Portuguese Grand Prix, the season opener for MotoGP. Bikes around the track, sunny conditions as well, looks absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what this session has to offer, and let's just go motor racing. It's what we want to see, it's what we want to hear, and I'm delighted that we're going to see it now with the riders heading out the track. Marc Marquez, you and me are heading on there together as well. We have a 1-hour session, extended 15 minutes now this year, practice 2. 1 hour for everyone to get back in and see exactly how fast they can go. There's a yellow flag in the 4th sector. Can't work out who's gone down. I'm not seeing anything on the rider tracker in that 4th sector. Aleix Espargaro going the fastest, all getting up there quicker. Now Alex Marquez, Aleix Espargaro Maverick Vinales, Miguel Oliveira, Johan Mir, Rafa Fernandez, Marco Bezzecchi, all trading places quite quickly. I don't know if the timing tower is correct or not. We're looking at the combined times and the current on here. So if I switch to the combined times on the YouTube stream up here in the commentary box, it's still Alex Marquez fastest, and that is the 44 of Pol Espargaro on the gas bike that has come to a stop at the side of the track. So the yellow flags have come in, but not a good look for Pol Espargaro that he's already had to stop at the side of the track. And he was running 21st overall. He wasn't even inside the overall time for a Q2. That currently is Bagnaia. So the gas bike already on the Tech 3 in trouble. But Pol does have another bike, so he can get back out there, get back out and circulate again. But yeah, not good there. Marc Marquez through turn 8 and 9 through Craig Jones as well, looking very strong. Now we're focusing out later on in the lap as we've caught back up with him coming down to turn 14. 5/10 down at the moment as well, looking to push as hard as he can. And Vinales is also 20 thousandths down on Alex's time. But Marc Marquez wants to push hard and see what he can do to deliver out of the last corner up to the line. Marc Marquez on the Repsol goes 12th still, 139.086. So no improvements on what we were seeing this morning. 138.866 for Maverick Vinales puts him 4th fastest. But that's the first improvement inside, along with the Leish to get in. Everyone else setting their fastest times in the previous session so far. Yellow flag in sector 4 as Fabio Quartararo is up in the first 2 sectors. He's going to try something now out of the last corner. Boots it hard. Is Quartararo going to the top of the timesheets then? Only 4th fastest, but he is 68 thousandths off the pace. I'm just looking at the timings right now. It is unbelievable. What is the gap between them all? The top 5 separated by 84 thousandths of a second as things stand. So an incredible amount of patience being put through. Marco Bezzecchi is 75 tenths of a second down. Bagnaia 61 thousandths faster to get inside the top 10 to run into qualifying. And don't forget, this is now a more crucial session, this practice 2. It's no longer free practice, that's on Saturday, the free practice. So P1 and P2 make up the qualifying orders for the next 2 sessions. So there's a lot of importance to remember. Bagnaia, 7th, 139.063. Alex Marquez, though, still the fastest after the opening 10 minutes of practice 2. We've got a red flag. The red flag has come out with 46.38 to go on the board. And I reckon it's because of the computer, because look, the timing screen hasn't updated since 49.18. So I'm presuming the timing screen has gone down up in the commentary area. It's only gone down for me, and we've got no reason for the red flag out of the TV pictures, but the session is suspended. Okay, so it's Alex Marquez fastest, 138.782. Johan Mir second, with Fabio Quartararo 3rd, Maverick Vinales 4th, Ricky Marini 5th, Jorge Martin, Leish Espargaro, Marco Bezzecchi, Pepe Bagnaia, Johan Zarco, the top 10. And yeah, the timing screens have properly frozen. So, red flag, 46.38 is the correct time on the board. Look, the timing screens are frozen at 49.18. That is very, very wrong. And at the moment, we've got no clue. Session red flag due to technical issues. Yes, so the timings have stopped. So the computers have crashed, and that's why the red flags come out. Session stopped due to technical issues. The timing screen has crashed. Race control have got no control over it. So it is that reason. The technical issues is the reason for the red flag, and it's because the timing towers up here in the commentary box have stopped. Look, here's the full picture that we have up here in the commentary box. That's the full screen, look, and it has stopped. Timing tower completely dead as well. So the timings are down, and that's the reason for the red flag. So we'll just have to sit around and wait. The important thing is that the clock does stop at 46.38. So we are going to have that time remaining, but the session is stopped due to the technical issues with the computers crashing. Red flag rescinded, and it's green light, and away we go. We've been under a red flag for around about 30 minutes, as we had to wait for the systems to reboot themselves, but now we're underway. So it's going to take around about, hour 30 to complete this hour session. It really is annoying, but 46 minutes to go. Let's see where we get at. No one improved on their time just yet. The current times show a 1:38.866 as the fastest time. So 1:38.782 for Alex Marquez in the combined times in what we need to look at as practice 2 resumes here in Portimao. Marco Bezzecchi then crashing down at turn 9, losing the front end of the bike as well. What a great restart for him. Luca Marini fourth fastest first sector as well, same as Pepe Bagnaia. We're riding now with Bagnaia. He's up, as I said, in the first sector to 20.477, 48 thousandths of a second faster at the moment, the world champion. See how much he can push. Anna Sampson over the top into Craig Jones' corner at turn number 9. Flick the biking down on the left-hand side of the bike, uphill 2 rights into Portimao. And his middle sector is down to 52.082. His third sector is up a 107, 106, 93 thousandths. And look who's right behind him. It is the 93 of Marc Marquez. How much is that poetic to come forward as well as they chase each other, coming out of turn 14 of the Giout corner. Out now of the last turn 15 and pushing hard towards the line. What can Bagnaia do? Can he go faster than the other Ducati on the Grenesci bike of Alex Marquez? Can the world champion be number 1 across the line for Pepe Bagnaia with a 1:38.938? He's 6th fastest, so he lost a 10th in that last sector alone. Marquez was only 15th fastest as well. And Maverick Vinales too has lost the lap time. So a lot of times being put out there at the moment. Maverick Vinales up to the line and goes second by 3 thousandths of a second slower than Alex Marquez. 1:38.785. So we've got 31 minutes to go of this session, and at the moment it's starting to feel a little bit like classic MotoGP. Bit more of importance, a bit more of there's actually something at risk here to get into qualifying. Practice 1 this morning definitely didn't deliver. Practice 2 sort of is. And Marc Marquez to the top, and then Jorge Martin immediately to the top with a 1:38.370, goes 4 tenths faster as well. That's 3 tenths faster than Marc Marquez's time, 4 tenths faster than Alex Marquez's time. So it is Martin, Marquez at the moment. It's J-Mar, M-R, and A-R at the moment. And then we've only got, where is it? Luca Marini, Elmar in 7th as well. I'm just having a look and see if there's any more on the board that we can have. I think he's the only one in terms of Elmar that we can have on there. But it's a good, interesting session. It's a new lap record as well, a 1:38.340 for Bagnaia. How about that then? To go to Martin as well. Brilliant. So Pepe Bagnaia having a little moment, in fact dropping the bike coming through turn 15, having to catch it on his elbow, and you could see how frustrated he was as well by putting his arms up as well with the rest of the mechanics. Into turns 5 and 6 now, and he's made a mistake again. He's had to go onto the Formula 1 layout. So that's 2 mistakes for Bagnaia. Really bizarre situation going on. He's had to go straight on down turn 5 onto the F1 layout. Yellow flag out in sector 4, and I can't see anyone who's down in that sector. Luca Marini's just passed it. Brad Binder has reached and hasn't done anything, so I wonder if it's Brad Binder. He's not going now. Yellow sectors 2, 3, and 4 as Alicia Spargo goes to the top with a 1:38.253. Now we're going to start. Oh, and that is why there is an accident for Maverick Vinales. Oh, correction, sorry, it's Raul Fernandez with the 25. He keeps changing his number, doesn't he? It's Raul Fernandez with the 25 who's had an accident, and it's brought out the yellows. Let's take a look. It's down at turn 13. Front, so he tips it in, the front tips away, and the bike's in the gravel. But why yellow sectors 2? You can see why it's in 3 and 4 now. But what's with the yellow elsewhere? That's Miguel Oliveira who's gone down now in Sector 2. So 2 separate accidents. We're just hearing as well from Mark in the background. So Miguel Oliveira has 2 crashes. We've got a red flag. Red flag with 13:55 to go. Now that's very unusual for 2 red flags to come out in one MotoGP session. We had a red flag for a technical problem, now another red flag, and that's why, because we've got a horrible accident. One of the gas riders down on the track at turn 10, and the bike has been destroyed in the man. It's a multi-ride incident. Miguel Oliveira is one of them involved. And it's Pol Espargaro with his second incident of the day on the second gas bike, who has had a massive accident into turn 10. Oliveira is walking away, but Pol's on the floor just getting some medical attention, and rightly so, the red flag has come out. Okay, we've got to look. This is Raul Fernandez's accident down at turn 13. He's dipped the front in and the bike dripped away. We knew that. And obviously we're not going to be seeing the incident for Pol Espargaro until he is okay. But the red flag is out. And we'll wait for updates on Pol Espargaro while the medics do their thing and make sure he's okay. Well, Pol Espargaro, incident turn 10, the rider is conscious. That's the best thing we can bring you. So whatever's happened to Pol Espargaro, it hasn't knocked him out or anything like that. He is conscious. And now we hope he hasn't damaged anything like arms, legs, anything like that, and he's okay. There's an IV drip I can just see going in. That is standard procedure now. There'll be a neck brace as well, just to check him out as well. So let the doctors do their work. We haven't seen a replay just yet. Until we know he's okay, we won't see any footage like that. Rider's conscious, and now we'll just sit back, wait, let the doctors do their work, and hope everything is okay with Pol Espargaro. Okay, so it's at the top of the hill. Oh, and Pol's had a high side and knocked himself on his head coming out of turn 10. That's the reason for it. So where's Miguel Oliveira come from? So it's coming through turn 10, over the rise of 10, and he's had a high side, slammed down onto the floor. So I presume he's dazed a little bit, but yeah, not great there at all. And that's why the red flags come out. But where did Oliveira come from? I don't know. You've just seen Miguel Oliveira's accident. He had a massive high side, exactly the same time, exactly the same part of the track. Unbelievable. And now the ambulance is taking Pol Espargaro away. There's a couple of cheers I heard from the crowd there to see that he looks to be A-OK, and hopefully they'll get him out okay. And rider's conscious is what we've got. So the session will restart in around about 7 minutes, we understand. But still, that's a lot of high sides I've seen today. With the new era of bikes, it's quite alarming. Well, the MotoGP live timing service has gone off after being on for all of the session by the last 14 minutes. So the most crucial 14 minutes, we don't have any live timing. So we've nicked the timing tower from the TV, and hopefully that's all okay. But away we go. No, there we go. Look, it goes off again. Away we go, though. Let's see what's going to happen, hopefully in the next 14 minutes. Oh, and Marini's crashed. Marini's crashed on the bike. Let's put out the yellow flags as well. Just we're trying to get the systems operational here. Luca Marini has crashed on the bike. 10:30 to go on the board. Times will matter. Times will still count. Bezzecchi goes 7th. Across the line. Fabio Quartararo next up as well. Will he improve on the overall order of things? 7th. Marquez 7th. Bastianini to 5th. Miller to 12th. The time's starting to come down. Right, we've got some timings back then as well. Thanks as well to mototiming.com who've given us the quick link as well. As that is Bagnaia having to push his bike into the pit lane. The current man who is fastest on a 1:37.856. So we've had a couple of minutes of literal drama. Let's go through it. It's Bagnaia, Martin, Aleix Espargaro. Then it's Bastianini, Mia, Quartararo, Alex Marquez, Marc Marquez, Johan Zarco, Maverick Vinales, the top 10. Then it's Bezzecchi, Marini, Miller, Fernandez, Oliveira, Binder, Fernandez, Rins, Di Giannantonio, Morbidelli, Nakagami, Paul Espargaro currently on the board as they come through and continue turning on in this session. 3:50 to go. Who will be the fastest runner here at Portimao? Maverick Vinales looks absolutely fantastic in the first three sectors, and he's fast in sector 4. He goes top with a 1:37.746. So Maverick Vinales is the fastest as things stand, with an utter performance and a half to go quick. Bagnaia, Marini, Martin, Zarco. Timing screen hasn't updated just yet alongside us, but it's getting a very fast time coming through. And I'm just looking 2 minutes to go of the session. Anybody going to improve? Miller is a 10th off in the third sector, coming in now up to sector 4 on the control line. Marquez is down on time as well. Miller top, 1:37.709, 37 thousandths of a second faster than his own best time as well. Alex Marquez deafening us all going into the position. Someone's crashed. That's what that noise was. Somebody's gone down in sectors 1 and 2. That's brought up the yellows, and that is going to also stop quite a lot of the action. There's the time screen. Marc Marquez! Marc Marquez has crashed at turn 3 and 4. And that is going to cost him a big opportunity. That's him done. It's also going to spoil everybody else's lap time with 1:20 to go. If you set a faster time under the yellow flag, it will be investigated. You could lose it. It's cost out Quartararo. He's dropped a 10th and a half already. He was right behind Marc Marquez when the yellow came out. Well, he has gone down at turn 3, and now we just have to sort of sit and wait. We are being told that Paul Espargaro has suffered back and chest trauma. Ryder has confirmed consciousness and is being transferred to hospital in Faro for further examination. So Marc Marquez out of the session, but that's Paul Espargaro then, who has suffered back and chest trauma. So well, hopefully he'll be okay overnight. Presumably he won't be in free practice tomorrow, maybe even not even qualifying as well. It's a big loss of points though, not being in the sprint race or the main race either, so fingers crossed he returns as soon as possible to the circuit. Marc Marquez out of it then. Yellow flag rescinded with 15 seconds to go. This is how he did it. So turn 1's okay, turn 2 okay too. He's right in front of Quartararo. So Quartararo's in front of him. And then that's when Marc crashed out. So Quartararo should be okay for his lap time, but Marc just dipping the front and running off the circuit. Checker flag is out then finally. 2 hours after the start of this session. We've had an hour delay to fill. And now that's it. The session concludes. Bezzecchi takes the flag. So does Rins. So does Di Giannantonio. Oh, and Alex Marquez is looking a little bit wobbly. He's taken the Formula 1 turn 5 hairpin and gets going. But Jack Miller is the fastest with a 1:37.709. Marc Marquez will have to go through qualifying 1, remember, because practice 1 and practice 2 are the only 2 sessions that will form the qualifying running order. Free practice tomorrow is a session that you can do whatever you like in as well, but it's qualifying. The normal format, then the sprint race on Saturday afternoon, then the race on Sunday. But in Q1 at the moment, it looks to be Marc Marquez will have to go through it, as well as a number of other riders as well. So this is an important session. It's quite a why I'm a bit angry that the MotoGP timings went down as well, and we haven't got information below us here in the comm box as well. Cross the line we come. Will Bezzecchi go faster? Can he find something to deal with as he comes across the line? Bezzecchi's 10th at the moment on the gas. Bezzecchi 10th in the Ducati. Okay, good time there. Just having a look at the boards. No one else changing around. So Marco Bezzecchi on the factory Ducati looking good. The gas bike, by the way, I was talking about. Augusto Fernandez was just taking the line in 16th position now as well. That's it. Everyone's taken the flag. So it is the top 10 and the Q2 runners for Jack Miller, Maverick Vinales, Pepe Bagnaia. Then we'll get to see Luca Marini, Jorge Martin, Fabio Quartararo, Johan Zarco, Marco Bezzecchi, Aleix Espargaro, and Enea Bastianini. They are the 10 riders automatically qualified into the second part of qualifying tomorrow morning. Having to go through Q1, Alex Marquez, the man who topped FP1, Johan Mir, Alex Rins, Marc Marquez, Takiki Nakagami, Augusto Fernandez, Raul Fernandez, Brad Binder, Miguel Oliveira, Franco Morbidelli, Fabio Di Giannantonio, and Paul Espargaro as well, if he is allowed to take part in the rest of the weekend. A major day then. Practice 1 didn't deliver, Practice 2 did. MotoGP starting to feel a little bit like it usually does. We'll see how it is tomorrow in qualifying. But free practice will be tomorrow morning. You can watch the highlights of that after the qualifying. We'll be live for qualifying, the sprint and the race as well. Practice 1 and 2 done. The first Friday of the year concluded. It's Jack Miller and KTM who end the day on top.